Women empowerment is what I'm going to talk about today. Thank you for clicking on this video and watching this video. I am Trina Boyd. I am the founder of an organization called Women in Power. And what I do, I help women who are looking to start a business. I help them start, scale. I help them get grants for their business. I also help them with business credit and government contracting. Those are the pillars of Women in Power. And one of the reasons that what made me start Women in Power was I knew at that time that God called me. It was a calling. And what I was really, really passionate about was helping women with starting their business. So here recently, a lot of women have been reaching out to me about grants. So getting grants for their business. African American women are the least funded, they say statistically, when it comes down to getting approved for business credit or getting approved for grants. Not getting approved for grants, but getting approved for business credit, but just getting funding in general. So I help women with actually getting grants, getting approved for grants, and also getting approved for business credit for their business. So that's what we're about. Membership is open for if you are a woman on business, or if you are looking to start a business, if you're looking to scale, if you say, hey, I got a business, but I'm still working a 9 to 5, then Women in Power is for you. If you say, hey, I need funding for my business, then we can help. So that's what Women in Power is about. If you're looking to get into government contracting, we can help you with that as well. All right, so let's get into it. Women in Power. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Women in Power, and one of the reasons God has called me to Women in Power, and then I'm going to also talk about the revelation that He gave me behind it. So this was actually about, I would say 2015 is when God called me to Women in Power. It's actually when I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, is when He actually called me. And I didn't know why He called me to Women in Power until like 3 years later. I just knew I was helping women in business before Women in Power came about. So I was helping women starting daycares, home daycares. I was helping women. Anything I learned, I would teach somebody else, especially if that's what they wanted to do. So before Women in Power, I held classes. So I'll hold like a class at my daycare center helping women actually like get licensed for their daycare. And at that time, I actually was helping women who were in Georgia get vouchers to be able to care for children in their home. So Georgia at that time they may still have it, where you don't have to be licensed in order to accept vouchers. So in order to accept children in your home, the state will pay you money to have so many children in your home, and you don't have to be a licensed home daycare. So I was helping women with that and just educating, because education is key. The Bible says my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So knowledge is everything to me, and that's one of the reasons when I get some knowledge, I give it to somebody else. So before that, like I said, I was helping women already, but in 2015 was when I had my first Women in Power brunch. My husband helped me come up with the name of Women in Power, and from there, we have just been growing. We are now a national organization, so we're primarily online. So 90% of our meetings are held online with Women in Power, right? Okay. So with that being said, we do have in-person chapters where we meet once or twice a year. We were meeting quarterly. But we do have in-person chapters, but most of our members are online. All right, we have annual brunches where people can come out, and members do get priority, but you don't have to be a member to come to a Women in Power brunch. All right, so what was the revelation that God gave me? God gave me the revelation with Women in Power. I was, preparing for a brunch at this particular time at the Ritz-Carlton, and I was preparing my speech that God gave me. And one of the things He told me and gave me was why He called me to Women in Power and to women. So He told me it's because of everything I've been through. So I made mistakes in my business. Because one thing about me, I just lunch out there. When I initially started my businesses that I had, I would just lunch out there. I do minimal research at that time, but now of course I do way more research to be able to help so I can give out the correct, accurate information. But back then I would just jump out there because I was just hungry. I was just like, hey, I'm not, and just really from my childhood, like I want more for myself. I want more for my family. So I would just launch out there and start a business, and because I'm passionate about it, and make mistakes. So along the way of launching so many businesses I've had, I was in real estate, wholesaling real estate property. I have then done daycares. I've done pretty much any business that you can think about. So when people come to me and say, hey, even people on my YouTube channel, they say, hey, you know so much information. That's because I've actually went through it. um I've actually either researched it, because like I said, now I research what I do before I actually do it, right? So I either researched it or something. So that's how I have that information. A lot of people don't like doing research, which is fine. So if somebody has the information and know how to execute something that you've never done before, don't be afraid to invest into that person, because it's going to get you there quicker. And with that being said, one of the things I have done, I have helped a young lady get there quicker. Her first year in business, she grossed $150,000 in her business. And that was because she had the blueprint. I gave her the blueprint on how to reach that, how to market her business, and how to price her business. So with the pricing that she had, it helped her to reach that $150,000 in her first year. That is unheard of. Like my first year in business, I didn't make that much. But of course, as I went on, I was making multiple six figures. Like I knew, and God has graced me with that. So just having that blueprint. But Women in Power, we're about community, we're about networking, we are about supporting each other. It's all about supporting each other, like having someone there to support you. That's what Women in Power is about. Some people feel like, and I've heard this several times from women, they say, hey, I feel alone in my business. I don't have anybody to talk to. But Women in Power, we have a community where you can do that. If you need resources, we can help you with that. So once you become a member of Women in Power, what we actually end up doing is sending you a link to join our community. We have an actual app that we use. And then once you get that link, you can join the other members who are on the app. And then, of course, we welcome you on. And then we also meet. Not only do we conversate on the app, but we meet 3 times a month virtually. So that's why I said 90% of everything that we do is online. So we meet on Zoom 3 times a month, and it's very strategic to helping you grow your business. And that's, some of the things that you get as a member, but also you have access to me, you get mentorship. That's important. Having information is great, but having someone to mentor you once learn all the information. So that's what I do as a member. You will have access to that. But that's how Women in Power was birthed. God birthed it. And over the past year and a half, God has exploded Women in Power into a national, about to be global nonprofit organization where we're going to help tens and thousands of members with this. It's people, I mean, you could never, it seems like with business and helping women, it's like it's still growing. Like people are still wanting this information. Like even when don't let me ever think that it's people who have arrived there, because it's people now say, hey, I don't even know what's the first thing to start. They're entrepreneurs operating. It's like I'm operating illegally. I don't know what to do, where to start. This is what Women in Power is about. And it's helping you scale that, giving you the tips, because things that I've already done that's going to help you. But it's just amazing to me how there's so much information out there, but people still don't know where to start. And that's how I was. When I initially started my businesses, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know. But what I did was I started to research. I'm like, hey, I'm going to start researching, finding out what I need to do. get a tax ID number, do whatever I need to do to actually be legit, because some things have happened in my past where I made mistakes and I don't want to go down that road. So I started researching how to, things I need to do to legally, right, to start a business. So that's what I started doing, started researching these things. And then that's how I was able to start helping other people. And it was like, when I initially started Women Power in 2015, it was like really, really hot where people were really starting business. I feel like they say people were starting business during the pandemic, which they were. They said they were starting businesses like hot pancakes or whatever, which I believe they were. But I also believe about 7 years ago, people were starting a lot of businesses as well, because a lot of women were coming to me and they was just like, coming to my workshops, how to start a business one-on-one, like the easy stuff, right? And so that's how Women in Power was birthed. But now it's more than just that, but we can still, of course, help. If you say, hey, I want to start my business, I need Women in Power's help, I'm going to help you. And then not only that, I'm going to show you how to get out of your 9 to 5. I'm going to show you how, so you don't have to work for anyone. Because I know that's what I am called to, is to help those women come out of their 9 to 5, not only start, but give you the skills, give you some resources that will say, hey, this is what you need to do to come out of that 9 to 5, and then scale it. Because once you start scaling your business, then you definitely won't be in your 9 to 5. You're definitely going to be making money. I teach women how they can automate their website. They don't have to be manually doing things. Like, automation is so powerful. People charge thousands of dollars for automation, y'all, because it's going to save you time. It saves you a salary that you probably could be paying somebody else to do that work that you're manually, or having somebody else manually do. So that's why people pay thousands of dollars for automation. But Women in Power teaches you those things regardless. If I can teach it to you, I'm going to teach it to you as a member. I will have the membership link posted. I also want to invite you out to my book launch party. It is actually, the day has not been set yet, but it is coming up. And I will post the link for you all to pre-order your book. The pre-order is coming up. It's very, very soon, within the next 2 weeks or so. So you can pre-order your book. And if you come in person, of course, I'll be able to sign your book. And then you also can come on, virtually as well. But yeah, so that's what's going on with Women in Power. Like I said, membership is open. We are global. I already prophesied it, and then after I prophesied that, something huge happened. So I'm just excited for what God is doing with Women in Power. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have any questions about membership, definitely comment your question and I'll be happy to answer that for you.